Welcome in. Thank you for coming to have a conversation with me and go on the podcast with me. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Um, I'm Jim, aka Big Papa, and you are?
I am Cara King. So, exactly. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. I am doing fantastic. I am excited to do this podcast. I know I spoke to Justin last time. Now I'm getting to speak with you. So I want to go, have you go over a little bit how you got into doing this, how you got into doing, you know, whiskey, bourbon, and how what involvement you have with it. Oh, I also heard that you are the Queen of Rye, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit too, if you don't mind.
I mean, we can get real nerdy about farming if you really want to. I mean,
Absolutely.
I can get real dork, it gets very dry very quickly. Very dry very quickly. No
So,
pun intended, but yes. hmm hmm
so one of the things that I wanted to ask is how you got the nickname of Queen of Rye.
So I used to be the largest rye broker in North America, meaning the company that I owned with my family was, we handled all of the, basically 95%, I would say, of the rye that came through North America at some point. We sold to all the big boys. So I was selling to, Sazerac for all of their distilleries. I was selling to Beam for or what was Beam, now Suntory. For Boston and Claremont, I was doing, all of the rye sales basically. So I would bring it into Louisville and then figure out the logistics to get it to each of the big boys, using
Mm-hmm.
upper bottom tractor trailers. So trying to figure out how to make sure everybody has good bourbon and the barrels keep getting filled and the stills, the columns don't run dry and that kind of
Absolutely.
stuff. So yeah, that's how I got the nickname the Queen of Rye. Um, but yeah, and that's how I got into the business as well. So that was in 2008, was almost 20 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Dating me. But yeah, 20 years ago almost is when I entered the business. And then I sold my portion in 2015. And then I left completely in 2018 and started King's. So.
Okay. So how did Kings come about besides, you doing all the rye thing? What made you guys decide to say, you know what? I want to do this as a whiskey business or a bourbon business or a blending business.
Well, I didn't want to travel anymore. I was going back and forth between Pigeon Forge and Sevierville, where we live, and
Mhm.
Louisville quite a lot. And our son was 2 at the time. Our daughter was 7 at the time. And that's just hard. It was hard on everybody. It was hard on me. It was hard on them. I just didn't like doing that. And also, I really did not like working in commodities. The industry was changing. The landscape was changing. It really wasn't, it stopped being fun, if that
Okay.
makes sense. For me though, and I know a lot of other people still in the industry, and I've talked to a lot of people in the industry. They're like, it's changed, but they still enjoy it. But for me, it was becoming really corporate. A lot of folks that I had, you know, counted as like my mentors were like retiring too.
Mhm.
So it seemed like a good opportunity for me to, or for Justin and I to invest, I guess, in ourselves, right? So
Mhm.
we had already purchased barrels as an investment in 2017, just because, before it was cool, really. And
Right.
because I knew the market. He had just started at MGP, and I talked to the head of their sales, and I was like, well, I mean, I guess I have an LLC, like I could buy
Right.
some, so that's just kind of what we did. So,
Okay.
and from there, we started Kings because it was like the perfect spot, the perfect time. Everything in Sevierville / Gatlinburg / Pigeon Forge is moonshine or sweet wine based. So it's been that's kind of where we found our niche was in that we found the spot that we're in, and it was off the beaten path. I mean, we're like a mile off of Parkway, so
Okay.
which is not really that far off the beaten path. Like, we're not in the fray. We can spend time with people. We can enjoy our time with the guests that we have in there, and we can just hang out, and that's really why we chose the spot we're in. And then the bourbon speaks for itself, and the rye speak for themselves. And the specialty that we bring to the table is the finishing, and that's the vast majority of that is Justin. He's the one who really honed in on that trend before it became a trend, and was really looking at those finishing barrels before like it kind of became cool to do. And like, so we've been having a lot of fun with that. We've got some really cool and weird stuff on the kind of coming down the pike too. So
I can't wait. I mean, this episode, I have to just put this out there. This episode is sponsored by you guys. I have 4 bottles that were sent to me, and were sponsored by you guys. So this episode is definitely sponsored by you guys, and along with my other sponsors. But I have tried every one that I've gotten except for the high proof, which I have the high proof here. I have the weeded, which I enjoy very much. I don't know if Gina told you, I made some bourbon peach jam using some of this.
Oh, I bet that's delicious.
It is. And there is a jar coming down to you guys.
Excellent.
I have the vanilla cask, which is another one.
Unexpected. It was an unexpectedly good bottle, I think.
I think it was fantastic as well. I like that it has the vanilla finish, and the vanilla finish stays with you a while. You don't get it at first, but the finish is where you get it, and I really enjoy that.
For sure.
And I also have the honey toasted Ryconic, and this, for me, does not have any rye spice on it whatsoever when I drink it, and I enjoy this a lot.
It's so different. Like, we coated the toasted barrels with honey, and it's local honey from the East Tennessee Beekeepers Association, which Justin knows everybody around here. So of course he has a friend who is a member of the East Tennessee Beekeepers Association. And they brought us like 50 pounds of like freshly harvested honey. And yeah, it's a lot of honey. Oh. It's very heavy. Like, it's like, you really have to lift with your knees and not your back. It's a whole thing. Correct. But yeah, so we coated those barrels with honey, and then we let it sit, honestly, we didn't forget about it because it was very, very much so taking up space, but it really wasn't a priority for us until relatively recently. So that's when we got it into bottles, and I think we have one more barrel left that we'll be bottling. But yeah, that also went into, and I don't know if you saw this, but we did a Boo Rye with that, and then our maple toasted bourbon. So we had a maple toasted bourbon that we've done a couple times with maple syrup in a toasted barrel. So same concept, but with maple syrup, toasted barrel, and bourbon. And then we put those two together at some ratio that I can't remember what it is. It's Justin's ratio. So, but it came out phenomenally. And that one's just a one and done. I don't know that we'll ever do something like that again. So
now, do you have any bottles of that left?
Yep, they're at the shop.
They're at the shop. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you could just, what is the website again for you guys?
Oh, yeah, we're kingsfamilydistillery.com. And from there, you can get to our shop and navigate from there. And we have everything you could possibly want. Anything from your high end bourbons to, and our Tennessee Standard, which I don't know if you've had that one. That one is it's very highly awarded. So it's won best of class at San Francisco World Spirits Competition last year. It was one of the top awarded SKUs at the International World Spirits Competition this year, which is the oldest spirits competition in the world.
Okay.
So, I mean, it has and a lot of these are also double blind tastings. So it's people that are really going, it's double blind. So they're going into it without knowing a darn thing about it. So yeah, so that one is on there for sure. And then we also have our limited that we'll never do again, the red, white, and blue bourbon, which was 33% each white, red, and blue corn bourbons.
Okay.
Which was an experimental MGP situation that somehow I got all the barrels of, and that's just the last of it. So
Okay.
we ran out of it in store before we ran out of it online. So I mean, there is still some available. You can scrounge for tasting notes. I can't remember off the top of my head what they are, and I don't have them around. I don't have a bottle anymore because bourbon goes quickly in our house. So.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm the only one drinking it, so it sticks around for a little bit. So
yeah, ours is research and development.
For sure. I have to understand that, and I have to say that that's probably one of most exciting jobs I could think of. So
That's
I want to
get one.
I want to go to the chat for a second.
Yeah.
Paul Wesley has asked a couple times, do you guys offer distillery tours?
We are such a small facility, and we are a non-distilling producer, and we are very open about that. So our distillery, it's a self-guided tour. You can look in the window, you can peek your head in the door. You'll see everything that we do right there. If either Justin or myself are around, we will talk to you. We'll hang out. We'll, tell you what we're doing. A lot of times, if we don't have to go pick up the kids or something, we're really bad to sit and spend like an hour or two just talking bourbon. And it's not even our own bourbon. We'll just sit and talk about bourbon in general because it's what we love. So short answer, no, because it's like a self-guided tour, but we do offer free samples of everything that we sell in store, everything that we have in stock, up to 10 free samples. So that's anything from like our cream or low proof rums all the way up to that 155 high proof. So you can pick any 10. There's no set menu. It's really a choose your own adventure situation. The price of entry is your valid ID. So,
Paul, just so you know, that if you get a chance to go there, you won't regret it. So I definitely would like to check out the website and see that blue bourbon you were talking about, and I have seen the red, white, and blue. I would like to talk more. I would like to get in touch with Justin again because I have an idea on something, and I want to talk to him about it. And I'm sorry, I saw some questions here that I wanted to answer real quick. Tennessee Whiskey and Welding said, where is it located? Had a phone call. It's in Sevierville, you said?
yeah, Sevierville. So like
Sevierville,
it's right outside of Pigeon Forge. We're right beyond the city limits of Pigeon Forge. So we kind of count ourselves as Pigeon Forge adjacent. Like if you're in Pigeon Forge, you can get to us within 5 minutes. We're probably 10 to 15 minutes from Gatlinburg, and then 20 minutes from anywhere else in the county at most. So wherever you're staying in the Smokies, if you're within Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, or Sevierville, you can get to us very easily.
Okay. That's good to know. because I know a lot of people do go to Pigeon Forge and visit, so they should go over and see you guys as well.
For sure. I mean, if you're at Dollywood with your kids all day, mom and dad definitely need to do something too. So
For sure. For
you
sure.
need to take the edge off with 10 samples. I've had plenty of parents come in and do that. It's actually kind of funny. It's pretty sweet, and their kids are always wiped out, but they're
Are we leaving yet?
exactly, their kids are just like, oh, and their parents are like, oh, I need this.
I need a couple more. Yeah, I can understand that completely. So B Hornbeck, Mega Bullhorn of the Truth, said, I met Justin in Memphis Spirit and Soul at Old Dominic in 2019.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, he was pouring for us in 2019 at that event. We've since left the Tennessee Distillers Guild just because it honestly wasn't I don't know, like it's not the Kentucky Bourbon Association, you know what I mean? And everything in our area is so moonshine centric. And we have the Smoky Mountain Spirits Trail, which is what's it called? It's one of like the marketing firms local like books that you get and you open it, and we're in a lot of other like publications too. So the guild, it being so big and so long for us, it just didn't make sense to continue to be in it at this time. But like it's one of those things, marketing, you just throw a bunch of crap at the wall, see what sticks. So
Absolutely. So I want to get a couple more here, then we'll go back to talking again. We have Dad Soccer Bourbon said King's Family puts out great stuff. Tennessee Whiskey Welding said, oh, nice. I'm probably 6 hours away in Tennessee, but if we get over there for sure.
Perfect.
Amazing golf course down the road from them. And Tennessee Whiskey Welding said, I'd rather go there than Old Smoky.
I mean, a lot. We hear that a lot. I mean, moonshine is all well and good, and we do have flavors too, so we do cover the gamut. Our chocolate whiskey is like, it's one of those where you will reach the end of the bottle and you will not realize you reached the end of the bottle because it doesn't taste like whiskey. Same with the blackberry. If you like berry, I'm not a berry fan, but if you like berry, the blackberry is phenomenal. I love our apple. I think our apple is like the best apple whiskey out there. It doesn't taste like whiskey. Like it's problematic. Everything we do is problematic. So the lemon vodka I send to my mother by the 6-pack. And
nice.
She's, for every holiday, Mother's Day, her birthday, Christmas, all of it. So she's in love with it. It's better than any lemon vodka I've ever tasted. Of course, I'm biased, but also I would readily admit if somebody did something, if something tasted better, and then I would ask Justin to formulate something better than that.
Correct.
So.
For sure. So I seen a couple comments. Eddie said that Valerie said your chocolate whiskey's the bomb. Aaron said it's the bomb. I have heard a lot of buzz about the chocolate, that it's fantastic, and everybody needs to try it, right along with pretty much everything you guys have put out. So, and I definitely want to get down there to see you guys and come in and have a tasting and talk with you guys and do a little bit more. So
sure.
I'm going to work that out.
We would love to host you, and we can do like stuff, we can video it, we can talk, we can hang out. Like we would love to do that. We just like to talk bourbon though, like I honestly, my favorite pour is Old Granddad 114. I'm really bad to be the person to say, drink it how you like it. I don't care if you put a bunch of Diet Coke in whatever you're drinking. It's just drink it how you like it.
For sure. And that,
Nobody cares. Like, it's grain that's been distilled and put in a charred barrel. It's
correct.
not fancy.
And that has always been a big saying with a lot of people that I've, been in live with. You drink it how you like it, you enjoy it the way you want to, and that's it. Don't let, if you want ice in it, you want soda in it, you want to, whatever, it's fine.
Oh, for sure. Like it's whiskey's not meant to be pretentious. Wine is meant to be pretentious. Whiskey not meant to be pretentious. It's, you find what you like. There are some that are crafted better. There are some that taste better. There are some, you know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, it's not meant to be pretentious. It's meant to bring people together. So
Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, do you have any upcoming drops or new things coming out besides the Boo Bourbon that you want to talk about, or just say, hey, we have some new things coming out, and let people find out as they come along?
I do. We do have we have a few things coming back that are aging right now. The cherry brandy finished Ryconic, so it's been in 3 barrels. It's been in 2 new charred white oak barrels, which is the Ryconic, 95.5 rye, 2 new charred white oak barrels. The 3rd barrel is a cherry brandy barrel. It is my favorite thing I think we've ever done. And we're coming out with another batch of that. We've only ever done 1 batch, and I think that was like 2 years ago. So we're doing that. And then we're doing a cerise bourbon. Cerise is a cherry liqueur that is barrel aged, a French cherry liqueur. But if you've ever been to Portugal, they have a cherry liqueur called, I think, Ginja or something like that, and that's like their national. It's a French version of that.
Okay.
So we're doing something there, and then let me think. We did have an ice wine come out a while ago, and I think we're thinking about doing it again because it was really popular. I didn't think the issue is a lot of times we'll taste it and we're like, oh my God, this is terrible. And then of course you wait another 2 months and it's phenomenal, right? So we're going to probably do another ice wine barrel as well, because that's kind of how it went with that one too. So, and then whatever else we can really get our hands on, we'll probably do another vanilla. We'll probably do another cigar batch. We'll do more sherry. We'll probably drop more Madeira, more port. The port really did well. That was another really, really good. It was really good. The flavor was really nice. The port came out very well balanced with the bourbon. So we'll do that one again. And those 3 are the ones that make up our cigar batch. So we'll do those 3 again.
So I can't wait to see those come out. So
we'll have to just do it again. I mean, you'll just have to come down.
For sure. That is 100% my goal, is to get down there either before the end of the year or at the beginning of the year. Come down and see you guys, maybe sit down and have a conversation. We could do it on live if you don't mind, and and have a conversation about the stuff. What's going on, JB? So I want to go to the chat real quick because there was a couple questions that I wanted to get to. Tennessee Whiskey asked if you're distributing in Tennessee, because I honestly can't say I've seen any.
Yeah, it kind of depends on where you are. In East Tennessee, we're distributed by D&V. The rest of Tennessee, we're distributed by Best Brands. But we don't hire salespeople, because our best customer is our own brick and mortar, being where we're located, right? And we want to touch every batch because we're perfectionists to a fault. So that's kind of why you can ask for King's Family Distillery, whatever you want to see with Best Brand, like, and then tell your liquor store Best Brands is the distributor. Whether or not they're going to get it, I don't know. But we do a lot of barrel picks through Best Brands in the Nashville area, and then we do a lot down in Spring Hill with Tarek, if you've ever been down to his liquor store. But yeah, we'll do barrel drops. But other than that, we don't really do a whole lot of distro. We are online. We ship to 44 states, I think, 43 states. I think the only ones we don't are like Utah, South Dakota, Alaska, and Hawaii. So
Okay. So Pig Legs asked, is there any chance of Popcorn's mash bill coming back?
I get that question a lot. And that was another MGP experimental. And I mean, unless we do it ourselves or unless we find some mystery barrels that happen to be popcorn, I don't foresee it coming back. And I'm sorry. And it breaks I break my own heart saying that, because that was one of those like, oh, that's kind of a weird thing. Let's just buy those barrels. So
right.
And it blew up. So
I don't doubt it one bit. I'd rather support a small family business than a legacy distillery. LC Gaming said toasted rye agave. Just saying.
That stuff is so unusual. Like, you wouldn't, and not in a bad way. Like, I'm Minnesota, like you can see I'm from Minnesota. And usually when we say like, oh, that's interesting, like that means like bless your heart in the South. But it really is like very interesting. Like, the agave takes away, the toasted agave and the agave syrup takes out all of the burn of anything. And so you get this sweet back end. You don't get any tequila because we're using agave syrup. And the barrel is a toasted barrel. So the whole experience is very unique. And you keep going back for another pour. And that's one too that I really like to put just like an ice cube or even neat. That's how I like to drink it. I mean, again, drink it how you like it, but that's Correct. The way that I prefer it. So
Eddie asked, do they ship to New York? So you already got your answer to that one.
We do.
So with these other ones coming out, do you have a time frame, or are you just, those are what you're projected looking for in doing in the future?
Some are already aging. Some we will be doing in the future. Do we know? We don't have drop dates for them because we figure out when it tastes good. Like I always like to say we use like the Four Roses like mentality is when it tastes good, it tastes good. We don't go by like dates or anything. Okay. So we do kind of fly by the seat of our pants on that, which drives our marketing team crazy, but whatever. It's fine.
Do what's best for you.
Exactly. Well, and it's fun too, because like a lot of times at the beginning of a week, we'll think we're going to do one production schedule, and it's totally different just because based on what we need in the store, what tastes good, labels that come in, labels that have been approved, etc. So, I mean, time frame, I would say, we're going to have a couple drops in the fall, winter, probably more so in the winter, just because it's a lot easier for us to drop things or to work in the winter with less people around and less people coming in the store, which is great to come to the store because then, everything in town isn't super busy too. So if you're looking for bourbon, like all the good restaurants are still open, and so are we. But Jan-Feb is a really great time to come visit the Smokies because it's beautiful.
Okay. That's a good piece to know for sure. So Bourbon Theory said we stopped by the distillery on the way to KBF, got 6 more bottles.
Nice.
That's fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of people talking about your King's Family Distillery for sure. I mean, there's a lot that I talk, go in different lives, and I hear them talking about, oh my God, this is a fantastic bottle. You guys should get it. Da 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 da. So the other thing I want to bring up and talk about a little bit too is your barrel selection program.
Yeah.
How I know Justin and I talked about it about a couple months ago, but I want to bring it up a little bit more. So you guys do select quarter barrels, half barrels, full barrels?
Yeah, we can do it just as long as your group is okay with us selling or using the rest of that barrel in our store. We won't put it into distro, but we'll put the rest of the barrel in our store just so we can make sure that we utilize that. But whatever y'all pick is yours. And we only do half a barrel, quarter barrel, full barrel. We can do any of that. We do the Ryconic. We've done our wheated bourbon in the past as well. And that one has been very popular. I like to do the Ryconics just because honestly, they're coming up on 10 years old. And I think that the flavor on them is phenomenal. But yeah, we love to do them in store. We'll have you guys come in. We taste barrels. We talk bourbon. Sometimes if there's a bottle share, that happens too. It's a really good time. It's a great thing to do, like with like if you have a local bourbon club and you guys are trying to think of something to do, you can also bring your family for the weekend too, because there's so much to do around Pigeon Forge for them to do. You've got the island. If Dollywood's open, you've got that to do. I mean, there's a million things for everybody to do while you're here. So it's really kind of a slam dunk to like convince your partner or your spouse, like, hey, I want to go on this barrel pick and my club's going, but it's also here for vacation, so.
For sure. As long as they don't plan on doing anything that day.
Exactly. It's like, we're just going to order pizza this night, and that's great. So
for sure. And then we'll do everything else the rest of the time we're there.
Exactly. And usually Justin and I are the ones that do the barrel picks as well. So it's usually Justin and I jump into almost every single one. I'll be there unless the kids have something, a game or a practice or something. So, but we're usually both there.
That's good. I mean, most people like to see that kind of interaction when they come down or you go somewhere. So that's a beautiful thing. Pig Leg said, the ice wine finish is mint. I'm glad I grabbed two. And we just talked about that, and I think you said that you're going to be bringing that back, right?
I think so, yeah. I think that's on the list of things to do. Okay. I'm not sure if we have one aging yet. I can't remember right now. School started. Kids have sports, ball things. Mm-hmm. I'd have to go look.
That's understandable. Alrighty. So,
okay, go on.
Does anybody have any more questions?
That's our master distiller, by the way. I'm joking.
There you go. See? Kara, do you have any questions for me?
Okay. What is your favorite budget pour? What is your favorite high-end pour? And then if money were not an object, regardless of price. No, wait. Budget pour, high-end pour, and then something that you would love to have a lifetime supply of. And don't say anything Kings. I want to hear the other answer.
Okay. So budget pour, I would say, outside of anything from Kings, budget pour, I would have to say would be either Cooper's Craft or I got to look around because I've tried so many.
I get that. Yeah. But go with the first one that comes to your mind,
So Cooper's Craft or Early Times?
Good choices.
And then what was the lifetime supply?
Mm-hmm.
I would say Russell's Reserve 10 because I haven't tried the 13 or the 15 yet. So I would say Russell's 10.
Very
And
cool.
then what was the second question?
High end. Like
High end.
really like over bottle over 150 or 200 doesn't have to be bourbon.
150 or 200 and doesn't have to be bourbon.
Doesn't have to be
Wow.
whiskey.
Or it doesn't have to be whiskey, sorry. Wow. I'm going to have to say, out of all the ones that I've tasted, would be either Old Stubborn, Old Swagger, or Jack Daniel's 14.
Very cool. Very good.
And I have a little bit of a new hazmat back there, and I believe that's like $250 a bottle.
Oh,
And
wow. That's a lot. But for
yes,
a hazmat, you know what I mean? Like, hazmats tend to run a little spendy. So, and I
correct.
understand that.
So I think that would probably be, I mean, I have a few bottles, not a lot, you know,
Mm-hmm.
compared to a lot of the other bourbon collections that I've seen and talked to people about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a few, but you know, some of the other high priced bottles that I've seen, like, you know, King of Kentucky, you know, stuff like that. I haven't tried any of that stuff yet. So until I've tried that stuff, I couldn't, you know, those are the ones that I would choose for right now.
I love it. I love it. I love keeping the door open for future.
Correct.
For the future. I love that.
For sure. You know, I'm always up to try anything. So
Exactly.
correct.
You try anything once, right? I've said
Absolutely.
that and I've regretted it too, though. So I'm just kidding. Uh-huh. Yeah. So that hazmat
Tennessee
is
whiskey, they do have this one. It's the high proof, and it's 155 proof. I've been told that it does not drink 155. I haven't tried it yet because Justin and I, last time we talked, we said we were going to try it together and review it. So I haven't opened this yet.
perfect. Yeah. I will, next time he is on with you, I'm sure that stuff is so dangerous because it doesn't drink 155. Like, it's something we rarely bring home anymore. Because of that. But it's also available on our website, kingsfamilydistillery.com. And then also you do get free shipping on orders over $150, which it's easy to get to 150 because once like 2 to 3 bottles, you're at 150. And then we cover the shipping because quite frankly, shipping booze is ridiculous. So,
Correct.
you know, I
have to say the shipping is very quick. I've, you know, we've talked and, you know, Gina and myself have talked, and I ended up having it at my door within a couple days, 2 or 3 days, 3 days max. So,
yeah,
so
that one is, and for the ones that you're ordering on the website, I think it's like a 3-day turnaround, and we usually quote like a week just to pad ourselves in case something happens, inclement weather, you know, something gets lost, something gets, you know, there's a fumble on our end. So, you know, but it's, we almost always beat it. So.
Correct. And that's what I was getting at. Your shipping, your turnaround time is very quick. So, and you know, I know a lot of people have appreciated that, and I have appreciated it myself. So I am grateful for everything you guys have done for the podcast and for coming on the podcast and talking.
We
And
appreciate you. Thank you so much for having us on and having me on and chatting with me and hanging out and, putting up with
absolutely,
our crazy Friday night. We're, at the end of the day, we're like the lamest. We sit at home and cook and grill and, you know what I mean? Not lame, but we're boring. We're super boring people, which is how we like it, because being in the whiskey business, life has been very crazy in the past, and we really don't want the craziness at all. So
I can understand that completely. I mean, I work in road construction, so I I'm go all day long. By the time I get home, I'm at 4 o'clock or whatever it is. I'm out running with the kids, and I come home. I'm ready just to sit down and relax and have a pour and not have to deal with anything. Or Friday nights, I have a few pours, and Saturday nights, and then I don't drink the rest of the week. So,
oh,
it
exactly.
all depends. So, it's I can understand where you're coming from. I
For
am a
sure.
laid back and want to just chill type of person as well.
Excellent.
So is there any more questions from the chat for Kara, myself, and Kara? Do you have any more questions?
I can't think of anything. I'm bad. I will probably shoot you a note in 4 hours with a question, because I'm bad to think of something
That's
afterward.
fine.
But yeah, I can't think
That's
of
fine.
anything off the top of my head.
Absolutely. I will. I will shoot you a message after we get off of here. So
Hmm.
this way, maybe we can catch up again, Justin and I, or you and
Oh,
I,
for sure.
whatever, when
Yeah.
it's closer to something getting ready to drop, and we could talk about it a little bit until I can get down and see you guys. So I would love to be able to do that with you guys if you don't want to come back on and do that.
Yeah, we would love to do that. We're, again, at the end of the day, we are whiskey nerds too. But yeah, we'd love to share what we're doing as we do it.
Okay, sounds good. Tennessee Whiskey Welding said, "Cheers! I'm going to get the hazmat bottle. Thank you all. No problem.
Good choice.
That is a good choice." LC Gaming says, "Come over to the wine industry. We sit back and laugh at pretentious folk."
Yeah, exactly. I know. I've met a lot of, like, I had to go to, what was it, the Bulk Wine and Spirits show a couple years ago, in San Francisco, and like there's like the regular people like us, like the spirits slash wine people, and then there's just like the snobby wine people who are there, and like like you can see it wafting off of them, like just the pretentious like snobbiness, like they're the ones that are just, you don't, yeah, they weren't the fun ones. We were the fun ones.
Right. Whiskey and bourbon is fun.
For sure. I like wine myself, but I don't. You just can't take everything so seriously. It's
Correct.
it's just
Correct.
booze. It's just booze.
Correct. No, I have to agree. I have to agree. Alrighty. So Tennessee Whiskey Welding said, "Oh my God, that snobby voice." Laugh LMAO. And LC Gaming said, "We could tell who's in the industry with us and who's just tasting."
100%. 100%.
Alrighty, I don't want to take up any more of your evening. If we
I
are
appreciate
done with the
you.
questions, and then we will meet up again. And like I said, I'll definitely shoot you a message, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much for having us on, and I really do appreciate it. And yeah, have a great night. Have a great weekend, everybody. And follow us, do all the things, click
Correct.
on stuff. I don't know how to do this, so.
Oh, one more question that I just thought
Yeah.
about it. Can they get in touch with you for the barrel program? Is it on the website?
It's on the website. You click through the website, it'll say Barrel Picks program. I think on the first page, there's something that says Barrel Picks program, and it'll lead you to where you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Or, I mean, if you're interested, also find us on any of the socials and message us through there as well. If you can't find it on the website, and we do a lot through that as well. So, we're very responsive through our socials. We're not responsive at all on our phone.
Okay.
Just so you know.
No, that's fine. That's understandable. Alrighty. So I hope you have a great evening. Thank you very much for coming on the show and like I said, sponsoring the show for this episode and further episodes. I appreciate it. And we will talk soon. Have a great evening. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you all have a great evening and a great weekend. And we'll talk soon.